Hi, my name is Ömer Bakansar. Today we are going to talk about classical and positivist school uh, with my group friend Bedirhan Eren. Firstly, I'm going to talking about classical school. The emergence of criminological thinking is often traced to 18th century criminal law reformers. The foundation of the classical school of criminological theorizing can be traced to the Enlightenment philosophers discussed above, but more the specific and well-known origin of the classical school is considered to be 1764 publication of On Crimes and Punishments by Italian scholars Cesena Banasena and Cesarea Beccaria. These early scholars were concerned with the legal protections of both of the rights and those of the individuals. Such principles are now considered part of the classical school of criminology. They form or constitute the foundations on which many contemporary criminal justice policies were founded and include the following some nations. For example, human beings have uh, very feel, and human are rational actors, and human beings have certain inalienable rights. And last, there's the social contract between citizens and the states. The idea of social contract is a key feature of the classical school, and it includes the notion that transgressions that breach the social contract are seen by society as crimes. Within the classical school of criminology, crime is seen as a moral transgression against society. And in conclusion, for about 100 years after Beccaria, Beccaria is the father of classical school and detergent theory, uh, wrote his book. The classical school was dominant in criminological theorizing, but the classical framework lost its dominance among academics and scientists in 19th century, especially after Charles Darwin publication of the origin of species in the 1960s. Briefly, the purpose of classical school is to reform and humanize um, both legal and penal system. And humans are rational and have free will, and our behaviorism is motivated by maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain. And the last one, Cesare Beccaria and Jeremy Bentham are leading figures for classical theorists.
Hello, my name is Bedran Eren. Today I'm going to talk about the other part of our homework, Positivist School of Criminology. In the beginning, in the late 19th century, some of principles on which the classical school was based on um, began to be challenged by the emergent positivist school. In criminology, led primarily by the three Italian thinkers, criminologists. first Cesar Lombroso, second one is Enrico Ferri, and last and the third one is Rafael Garofalo. It's at this point that the term criminology first emerged, both in the work of Italian Raffaello Garofalo in 1855 and in the work of the French anthropologist Paul Topinard in around the same time. Positivist criminology assumes that criminal behavior has its own distinct set of characteristics. As a result, most criminological research conducted within a positivist paradigm has sought to identify key differences between criminals and non-criminals. Some other theorists have focused on biological and psychological factors, locating the source of crime primarily within the individual and bringing to for question of individual positivism. Some of other theorists regard crime as a consequence of social rather than individual pathology, have by contrast argued that more insight can be gained by studying the social context external to individuals. This approach is termed sociological positivism. I added some graphics in the our text. You can see that. That's all. Thanks for watching.